Okay, well, so proud of our team, of just, staying united, just keep working hard. All they've done is is continue to go back to work all season long, and try to continue to grow and continue to develop. And it's been really cool to watch guys take their game to another level, and you just see improvement across the board. Proud of a bunch of individuals, which I'm sure you guys are going to ask me about, so I'll probably wait for that. But our guys just continue to fight. We played a quality football team with a big time quarterback. He's been in this conference for a long time, and we knew we had to try to limit him as much as we could. He still got a bunch of yards on us and made a bunch of plays for him. But so proud of our guys to hold together and continue to fight all the way to the end. So with that, I'll take some questions.
Kyler talked about having a chip on his shoulder from the last time Cal came here in that last drive. How different of a player is he in the 2 years since that time, and just how good was he tonight?
Oh yeah, and that goes to my opening comments there about growing and developing. Kyler Gordon, this is the Kyler Gordon tonight that we all knew was gonna happen. Extremely athletic, ball skills, fast. His technique is as good as it's been since he's been here. The game that he's talking about, I believe he was a freshman, and I think they got him for a pass interference and also a completion on that drive. So I can definitely see how he would have a chip on his shoulder with that game. And now he comes back, faces the same quarterback, and the quarterback's older, and he picks him off twice. Extremely proud of Kyler.
What gives you confidence to have Sean McGrew back at the Wildcat?
Sorry.
What does Sean do that gives you confidence to have him run the Wildcat?
Well, first, I'll say the scheme gives a lot of defenses problems to begin with. And if you've noticed, we got a really fast guy that also does a motion that we can also hand the ball off to, which we've done because Rich has been very productive back there as well. But I'll say Sean, as a running back, he's very slippery. He knows how to set up his blocks. He knows how to hit pause and then hit go, hit pause and then hit go. And he's given us a tremendous boost these last couple of games. So proud of Sean.
You guys, offensively, you scored 4 straight drives and then you didn't score for 5 straight drives. What changed there where you weren't able to execute in the second half?
Yeah, I'm gonna, that's gonna be something to definitely gonna have to dive in on the film for sure to see, what the hiccups were there. I do know this: we were facing a really good defense, and Coach Wilcox coach defense. For us to be able to score 4 possessions, that's a feat in itself. But we knew they would make adjustments, and I'm sure as I look on film, they made a few adjustments to probably stop what we were doing. But I also know there was a few plays that if we execute better, we could have kept some drives going as well. But I'm sorry, Mike, I'm going to have to go back and just kind of really watch the tape to really see what happened there. I do know this: our last drive ended in a touchdown.
Speaking of the offensive success, without Cade tonight, Devin comes in and has the best game of his career by far. Had that been coming? Obviously he had a big drop last week, but how was he able to kind of flip that into what he did tonight? Yeah,
so proud of Devin. We gave Devin a game ball there in the locker room as we were celebrating. We talk about our guys seizing the opportunity when the opportunity presents itself, and here goes Devin. He's thrust into a starting role. And we had a bunch of plays that were targeted at that position, which you guys know every single week we're targeting that tight end position. And he was going to have to execute every single one of them as the starter, and he did in a big way. I've seen all the work that he's put in behind the scenes, and I gave him a huge hug at the end of the game, just told him how proud I was of him, how much I loved him, and he should feel very proud of the work that he did tonight.
All season long, we've been talking about how you're able to stop the run, then you're going to be able to get some turnovers. How happy were you that actually came to fruition tonight? Yeah.
So, I'm up here not just saying things just to say things, right? It really helps when you stop the run, and all of a sudden you put offenses in less conservative situations. All of a sudden we can start getting some turnovers, and so extremely proud of our guys stopping the run. That was one of the keys of the game. Our D-line, our D-line and outside linebackers, they played phenomenal. They did a great job of limiting their run game. They have two big-time running backs who've been running all over everybody else, and for us to limit those guys was a huge achievement.
I was in the end zone probably closer to that last play than you were, so I got a pretty good look, but I wondered what you saw, because it was
The forced fumble?
yeah.
What I saw, it was quite a hit. It was a big time hit. So Cam Williams, I mean, everyone's got nicks and injuries and all kinds of things going on. That's football. But if you guys notice, Cam Williams, both of his hands are wrapped up. He's got two hands that are wrapped up like a boxer tape, and he came over the top and laid his shoulder right into the running back and popped the ball loose. Just an extraordinary play by Cam, just doing what he could with the body parts that were still working, and it was an awesome play.
Cal was more or less content to take it to overtime there. Why call the timeout with 20 seconds left?
You're saying when we had him backed up?
Yeah, 3rd and 7, I think.
Yep. Yeah, so that's actually a whole other story, which I probably should have asked what I can say here or not say, because I definitely don't want to get in trouble with the conference. But I'll say this: we had them backed up, and there should have been a lot more time left on the clock. I'll just say that, than 20 seconds. And if we have them backed up and it's 3rd down and we get a stop and they punt, we can get in field goal range with 40 to 45 seconds left to win the game before we go to overtime.
Were you trying to call it earlier? Or?
Nope. I will say this: it was not my mistake. It was someone else's mistake, and they apologized.
Jimmy, you were missing a lot of guys. How chaotic was it just trying to fit new guys in, readjusting game plans with everybody that you were missing?
Yeah, this is part of football. We were missing a bunch of guys in the first game as well, and now we came out with a victory. So now it looks like we did a good job, right? This is part of football. It's part of football. We're gonna miss guys next week as well, and the week after that. And that's why you got to make sure you coach up your depth and get them ready to go for prime time. I mean, how about Mish Powell? He goes out there, makes his first start, plays solid football for us in a very impactful position. You know, there's a lot of defenses that we play, and he was able to go out there and execute them.
How did you find out he was starting the game?
You're starting the game in practice.
Last season, there was no fans here. Last week, a lot of people were gone. And this week, you win a game in front of a pretty full stadium. I mean, what were your emotions like for this game compared to the other wins you've had as a head coach?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the fans for coming out. Awesome job by the dog pack and the student section. They had it rocking over there. It looked like a lot of fun. I'm sure they're having some fun tonight. So it's just so cool to have all the fan support. We could definitely feel it. I'm sure our opponent could feel it. But I'm just really happy for our players. I know how much work they put in, and to grind it out like that in an overtime game is a proud moment for all of us coaches, and to know the grit that our team played with and that they get to walk out of the stadium as a winner is a great thing.
Were you surprised at how much Cal threw the ball, given their history, success with running the ball this year?
I wasn't, because we had the lead, and our offense was able to score points. I'll say this: if we weren't scoring points, they wouldn't have been throwing it. They would have been handing that ball off. And but that was one of the keys of the game that we talked about all week long. Our whole team knew it, and we said, hey, you know what, offense, we need to score points to put pressure on the Cal offense. That's what we need to do. And we score points. We have a good lead, and now all of a sudden they can't be comfortable sitting there handing the ball off and 1-2 yards at a time. They gotta push the ball down the field, and we were able to make plays when they did that.
Cade, in COVID protocol, is the time frame going to impact next week's game as well, or?
Most likely, yes.
Jimmy, the play in the offensive line, seemed just to continue to improve, and even in this game, like you said, they finished fourth quarter, they were 0 for 3 on 3rd down. But in the overtime, 2 for 2. What did you just say about their ability to finish games?
Yeah, our offensive line, extremely proud of those guys. I think we've done a better job of setting them up for success, to do what they do best these last couple of games, because we have a bunch of guys in there that I know that care and that are physical and nasty, and they've played that way. We need to make sure we continue to do that for the rest of the season, because we have a very talented O-line that's willing to do whatever we ask them to do.
2 years ago, Garber's running ability gave the defense a lot of challenges.
And tonight.
Tonight again. What kind of extra attention did you give that during the week, and what kind of challenges does that?
Yeah, it was all week long. And Camden Sermon did a great job of being him in practice. But it just goes to show you, man. I mean, Chase Garber, he's a heck of a quarterback. And he's a really good thrower of the football, but he does a great job on third down of escaping pressure and scrambling for first downs. We worked on it all week long, and we definitely didn't stop him enough throughout the game, but we stopped him when we need to.
How does this win impact your team's morale?
Well, so we created a lot of momentum last week against Arkansas State, and so that was a really good thing for our whole team of just clicking on all cylinders in all three phases, and then had another great week of practice. But to now start off 1-0 in the Pac-12 conference and have every single goal still out in front of us. And our guys just continue to grind, continue to work. When everybody was, completely negative on what was going on, it creates a ton of momentum. We have everything in front of us, and our guys are going to celebrate tonight, but then they know tomorrow we're going back to work.
What do you mean by the negativity of what's going on?
Just in general, just blocking out the outside noise that doesn't believe in what our players' abilities are able to do on the football field.
Coach, to revisit Kyler's plays tonight, each play was individually pretty awesome. He made 4 great plays there. But I think the biggest play of the game was the fourth down stop until the end of the game. Can you talk about that? He seemed to be headed in the opposite direction and got his hips around and got his shoulders squared. And that's a big guy that he stopped.
Right.
As a defensive back, what do you think of the kind of game that he had?
It was a phenomenal game. And all of our DBs over the years, we've never had cover corners. Guys that just cover and they don't like to tackle. You will not play at the University of Washington. Our scouting department knows that we never bring cover corners in here. We bring football players that are tough and physical, and Kyler Gordon is definitely that. He will never turn down a hit. He'll be just as great in the run game as in the pass game, and that's how we want our DBs to play.
Good. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.